Okay. Good evening. The Charter Township of Harrison Zoning Board of Appeals, Tuesday, September 13th meeting will come to order. Mr. Servio, will you do the roll call, please?
Member Smith?
Here.
Member Baccia?
Here.
Member Batante?
Here.
Member Servil here. Chairman Lytle.
Here. Sorry?
I think the volume's a little high, John. It's feedback.
Okay. Okay, the first item on the agenda is the approval of the agenda. Is there motion for the approval of the agenda this evening?
So moved.
Is there support for the motion?
Support.
Motion by Mr. Servio, support by Mr. Baccia. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting agenda is approved. Next item on the agenda is the approval of the meeting minutes from the August 9th meeting. Board members, you'll see in your packet, you have a two-page summary of the meeting minutes. Any changes to page 1? Page 2? Is there a motion to approve the meeting minutes from Tuesday, August 8th, 9th?
So moved.
Is there support for the motion?
Support.
Motion by Mr. Batante, supported by Mr. Smith. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The meeting agenda is approved. Next item on the agenda is hearings and reviews. Mr. Servil, will you read the first case this evening?
Case number 11-16-CBA, Walter Peltier, 36186 Edmond, Harrison Township, Michigan, 48045, zoned R1D. The purpose of the request is requesting a 6-foot front yard variance for an addition on the non-conforming home as per Article 14, Section 14.10, R1D, single-family residential.
Thank you, Mr. Servil. Mr. Peltier, or do you anglicize it?
Peltier.
Peltier, okay. Mr. Peltier, you want to come forward and give us your name and address, the nature of your request this evening?
Oh, my name is Walter Peltier. Address is 36186 Edmond, Harrison Township.
Okay, and you're looking to put a addition on the front of your home at the same location as the porch?
It's enclosed in the living room area,
Okay.
but it's parallel to the street of the living area.
Questions from Mr. Peltier?
So, do I understand that you're taking down the existing porch and this new portion is going to go basically in the same spot? It's not gonna come out any further than the porch did today?
There's the front porch that you'd walk up to get to the front
Right.
door. That's gonna be unchanged. There's an existing foundation that was built next to the
Okay,
house. That's, if you're looking at the picture right now, it's just a 6-foot by 6-foot porch that was made there for an addition by the prior owner. Nothing was ever done with it.
so this addition doesn't come out any further, but it may extend further along the front of the house?
Correct.
Okay,
Okay.
thanks.
Is that a foundation?
Yes.
You've looked at it, extends below the frost line, it's got what, pads for this addition?
It was poured for an addition.
And you did not build this existing porch out beyond the buildable area yourself, did you?
Correct. I have one of the permits that was pulled for the home when the addition was put in, or the foundation was put on. From '92, I bought the house in 2003, so. It was my cousin that owned the house before, that's why I know some of the history.
Right.
He's the one that built it too far out. And he did it with permits?
The existing porch was put on, and then he changed it into, put a second story on it and added a closed-in porch and made it part of the living room. But, I can show you the.
That's all.
We don't need to see the permit, I was just
Okay.
asking if it was done with permits originally.
Correct, yes. Yeah.
So someone erred back when this happened and let them build it out a little bit too far. That's the point I was trying to get to.
Correct, yes.
I didn't understand that as well, and not for you, sir, but just, it was already done with a permit, and yet, well, okay. Okay.
Maybe
The
I'm
second
missing.
story was done with the permit.
There is no second story.
Yes, there's. The second story was done, there's approximately 6 additions made to this house. The original front porch was built with the original house back in the 30s. So I think that's the difference of what The house was built with a permit, I imagine, originally, but the porch from that house was underneath the front easement at the time.
But when it was enclosed, was that done with permits or not? You don't know.
As far as I can, I don't know. I just pulled every permit I could from the city, but
At any rate, you didn't do it, though.
correct.
Okay. I have no other questions.
Board members, any other questions for the applicant? Do you want to speak to the case at all? Are you, okay?
No?
If there's no more questions, we'll,
Well, I do have one,
Mr. Baccia?
just for sake of clarification. I'm looking at your application. It's a document that you prepared. There's this, I don't have no way, there's no title to it, but it's this document right here.
Yes.
All right, so my only point of my clarification is on the document, third paragraph, second line says requesting a 5-foot variance, and we're looking at a thing that says a 6-foot variance.
I think I had a clerical error. The house is 25 feet from the front property line, so I'm asking for a 5-foot
So
variance.
it's a 5-foot variance is what the request is.
Yes.
Okay, if there's no other questions for the applicant, we'll excuse him and go to board discussion. Thank you, sir. Board members, any discussion on this?
Good catch, Member Baccia. So we need to change the 6-foot, the purpose of request, it's requesting a 6-foot variance, and he needs 5 feet.
Mhm.
He requested 6 feet.
Well, it says that there, we're not sure how that happened, but,
No, it says
Doesn't
it says
really
it on his
matter.
application.
pardon?
It says it on his application, 6 feet.
But
Okay.
it's been clarified that you're only requesting 5.
Correct.
Probably a confusion because the offset is 6 foot.
Yeah.
That's probably where the confusion came in.
Any other discussion, board members? Is there a motion this evening?
I'll make a motion to grant a 5-foot front yard variance to case number 11-16-ZBA, being that the practical difficulty is that the existing home is currently non-conforming, and the request does not expand the non-conformity.
Okay, is there support for the motion?
Support.
Motion by Mr. Basha, supported by Mr. Servil. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, Mr. Servil, will you do the roll call this evening?
Member Baccia?
Yes.
Member Servil, yes. Member Smith?
Yes?
Member Batante?
Yes,
Chairman Lytle?
Yes. Good luck with your addition. Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next item on the agenda is old business. Any old business this evening?
Yes, if we could, I'd like to discuss, I'm sure you guys got this email from Sabrina for the perfecting amendments.
Yes.
Sabrina's indicated to me that they'd like to have stuff in writing that could be submitted to the planner ahead of time. I thought it might be fruitful for us to talk about it a little bit, because from my perspective, what the planner has changed is not necessarily what I had in my 4-page document that I submitted to them, and we used, there was some dissension on some of the items, but at any rate, I think it would, if we have some time, I think it'd be fruitful to go through that.
Well, you know, I hear what you're saying, but it's gonna be discussed on Thursday, and I don't know why we need to discuss it.
Sabrina, would you comment on that?
What?
Well, Chairman Lytle is indicating that he sees no purpose in discussing it.
No, I said it's
No.
gonna be discussed on Thursday. I didn't see no purpose. I said,
Okay.
Okay, and that, I'm sorry, what part do you want me to?
Well, you indicated to me that the planner wants this submitted ahead of time. If we don't like what he wrote,
The planner request, when he sent it to me, he said, could you please send it out? And if there's any changes or suggestions, send it to him before the meeting so that he can make those revisions.
But he didn't mean a collective of,
No,
you know, so
individually, have
individually, if you have a
everybody look at it,
comment, then you'd respond.
Yeah,
And that's what I took from it.
Yes.
and here's the other thing is, you know, this zoning board, it's kind of like, you know, the executive and judicial branch, or whatever you want to call it. I kind of felt like we overstepped our bounds a little bit, but it was to correct something that seemed to be egregious as far as, you know, how far these changes were going. I think it's been corrected to a certain extent. If there's perfecting amendments anymore, I think that might be something that the individuals want
Okay.
to do on their own.
And I'll comment about that as well. I think that isn't really a zoning board of appeals matter. It's a matter for the residents. My comment was that residents should be aware and allowed to absorb and make comments about changes, not necessarily coming from the zoning board of appeals.
Agreed.
You guys are more knowledgeable residents, and I think your comments bear more consideration, but as a resident.
Fine.
On that note, I would like to say thank you for Mr. Batanti for getting it tabled, so our zoning board of appeals could have a say in it for the residents that maybe were harmed by the some of the issues within these revisions that were allowing, for better or for worse, a building official or the planner or somebody else to have carte blanche of putting, making some determination on setbacks or whatever without notifying the immediate neighbors within 300 feet.
Well, I appreciate that, thank you, and I think that, part of what I just wanted to clarify with our board is that that's, the fact that we took it and it was published, the reason for that is to give people an opportunity to comment and time to do that. So thanks, I appreciate it,
No, I gotta concur. That was, very thoughtful and,
thank you.
So, to that point, in clarification, it is scheduled to be, the intent is to address it this Thursday after the PC meeting. Although that's contingent on the PC meeting concluding at a reasonable time. So, I can't comment anymore. There's a PUD on the planning commission case, which could be quick and could be long, so,
Flip the coin.
right, I can't really comment on where that's gonna go or not go. But
I
that's the
guess-
intent. So, to the questions, the document was issued to the PC and ZBA members, and I believe Brent was copied on it. And what the intent of that document was for CPM to take the material that was presented at the last workshop and fundamentally summarize it, to just get it down to the factual proposed adjustments for evaluation. So it was sent out in advance, so in the event anybody was of the opinion that CPM did not interpret the words, for them then to comment in advance, so that by Thursday, when we get to PC, to go through workshop, it'll be more of an evaluation of the proposal and less of a debate about other nuances that are growing outside of it. It's gonna be focused on that document that CPM puts together.
And as I said earlier, I have a conflict, I can't make it.
So,
okay. Any other discussion on that item or any other old business? Here-
Yeah, I do have a question about this previous case. Can I, it almost seemed like, did they need to come, did they need to come and ask for a variance about an item that had already been through the township? I mean, how did,
Well, actually, it hadn't been.
well,
because
but if they had pulled permits, I
No, they-
don't,
He indicated that he wasn't sure about, they
Yeah.
pulled a permit to put a second story on top of the
okay,
porch, but the porch may have been enclosed illegally.
okay,
We don't know.
yeah.
That's
I-
probably what happened, to be honest
And
with
also,
you.
I looked at it, there wasn't a second story on that porch.
Okay,
It was a single story
Okay.
porch.
And what happened was the guy died. The guy that pulled the permits died before. It so happened when I went over there, the lady was in her car just getting ready to leave, and I'm sitting there looking, and, 'cause we had been out to dinner, and I didn't have my packet with me, and I thought that was the house. So I asked the woman, I said, do you have a case before the zoning board of appeals? And she said, yes. So she gave me a little backstory on it, and that's what she told me.
okay, and I was wondering, because I thought maybe I had missed something in that there was it previously was approved, and now it's back again, but it wasn't, okay, great.
Okay. Any other old
And the
business?
house is older, it might be so old that it might predate our zoning.
Right, got it.
We didn't become a zone community till 1955, and it's a pretty old neighborhood there.
Yes, it is.
Any other old business, new business, announcements, public comment? Our next meeting is scheduled for October 12th, 2016 at 7 PM. Is there a motion to adjourn this evening?
So moved.
Support for the motion?
Support.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Brett, if you got a minute, I'll show you one thing here on one of these perfecting amendments.